Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Fortmaster, and welcome back to another Bizabizow reaction. But this one is a little different from all the other ones, because at this point, all the other videos that I've done reactions to were done, in response to, actual plushies that had been made, or could have been made by Funko, and where they did a very poor job of them. But today's video is, what if the FNAF movie had plushies? Which, I mean, I really don't know where you could go with that, because the FNAF movie, at least the first FNAF movie, it was only the FNAF 1 location, so it'd be the FNAF 1 plushies, and Spring Bonnie, that then turns into Springtrap later on, which, was already covered in two videos, like the very first one and, the FNAF 3 one, respectively. So I honestly don't know what she could even be making in this one, given that she already designed plushies for all the animatronics. Unless, in this case, she's going to be making plushies of the human characters, which that's definitely going to be weird. But yeah, I haven't spoiled myself and looked at, the chapters of the video or anything, so I have no idea what's going to be going on in this video. So yeah, might as well get this thing started. So, of course, as always, original videos linked in the description if you haven't seen it yet for some reason. Corner video lead to my Let's Play of the day. And if you like this video or any other video that I make, I'd very much appreciate it if you gave the video a like and subscribe to my channel, because almost 3/4 of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and I'd very much like that to change. And I talked about it before, I had wanted to get to 6,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I've already done that thanks to everybody that's been watching my videos and liking them. So at this point, I'm very much just seeing how far I can go. So at this point, I very much just want to see how close to 7,000 I can get before the end of the year. Because honestly, this is getting exciting. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get this thing started then, shall we?
Oh, breaking news over here on Bizabizow watch. Local girl, Bizabizow, has been found making a second channel and putting videos on it. Witnesses say she, quote, had a really bad bit planned to announce it to her subscribers, whatever that means. Yeah, second channel, Bizabizow 2. Imaginative name, I know. This will be the channel where I'll upload any random bonus bits I have to show as I so please, including any YouTube poops or silly edits or whatever that I make. They'll go on there from now on. But more importantly, this will be the home of edited Bizabizow stream highlights, which I've started doing. If you're interested in my streams but don't want to sit down for full unedited VODs, you can check these out instead. But maybe that's not your thing. You're just here for the FNAF. I get it. Understandable. No worries. But hey, you're actually in luck as well. My friends May and Alyssa started a big ol' FNAF stream series last year, which I recently permanently joined in on.
FNAF oh my God, stream
Why
series?
does it look like this?
This is what the Switch port looks like.
What happened?
Yeah, no, that's just what it looks like. It's really good. It's really good.
Oh, I forgot there was a help wanted port for the Switch. Oh God, no.
Go check out may.mkv on the purple site if you want to catch these in the future, or her YouTube VOD channel if you want to catch up. Links to both of those in the description. Okay, this has been Ty Watch. I called it Bizabizow Watch earlier, didn't I? Damn it. Stupid.
Okay.
Hey everyone, you know what time it is. It's
more
FNAF plushie
plushies!
time. But here's a little curveball. I'm not doing sister location this episode. Don't worry,
I can
that'll
tell.
definitely come soon, but before I jumped right into another mainline game, I decided to take a teensy little detour for a fun, short bonus episode of sorts. So, 2023 was a big year for FNAF, with a ton of announcements and releases and such. One of these was quite a doozy, as you know, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which released in October. Yeah, that one game movie adaptation we thought would never come out. And now that I've...
But the one that was in, development hell for over a decade, and when it actually did come out, it actually made a pretty good, movie. And the one that has a sequel coming out in less than a month? That one? Never heard of it.
Seen it? You know what? I want to make some plushies for it. Yeah, I know, I said I wouldn't be covering anything outside of the actual games, but I decided to break that for the movie. It's important, it's earned it. This'll just be for fun anyways, alright? No, don't tell Mom, no, stop! I said sorry. This, of course, won't be fixing any pre-existing Funko plushies. These will just be more original ones in our usual style.
Okay.
There aren't any Funko plushies for the movie yet anyway, aside from one, I think. Oh. Wow, okay, that's, genuinely one of the best FNAF plushies they've ever made.
Give me a second, I need... I need to do some cross-referencing here. Okay. I'll let whoever made these plushies off with a warning. Those are very close to... that's very close to a copyright claim there.
Was someone at Funko visited by 3 ghosts recently? What happened? Although there are some brand new designs in the movie to turn into plushies, more on that later of course, you may have noticed that there's not really anything new going on with the main 4 here. Aside...
Wait, new designs? Oh, right. Okay, so yeah, there was the Sparky... Okay, now it's all coming back to me. There was the Sparky the dog cameo. There was that weird Annabelle Springlock suit thing that was going on there. God, yeah, again, this is what happens when you don't watch a movie in a long time.
Aside from a color change, more on that later as well,
Color
the film
change?
versions of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy look more or less identical to the characters' models from the games, which is an insane feat, by the way. Like, you could not have adapted these models into real practical props more faithfully. And since we've already made plushies for these exact designs, then there's no need
just
to do
use them
anything
again.
new for them. Well, kinda. You see, this all got me looking back at my old FNAF 1 plushie designs, way back from the first episode of this series. You know, back when my mic sounded like this. I've had a lot of practice since then, so looking back on the first ones made me realize how many little details I do differently now, and this made me kind of want to revisit them again for an update. You know, do a passover with some new little tweaks here and there, and
Okay.
this is a perfect opportunity to do that. So before we get to the new designs in this movie, let's go back to my FNAF 1 plushies and quickly do a fixing FNAF plushies. I'm not calling the video that.
Fixing this time. No, what you should have called it was fixing my own plushies, or fixing my own plushie design or something like that. It could have been done. Is all I'm saying.
There's not much to fix on this one. This was essentially Sanchi's Freddy design anyway, just with a few small differences, but I'll touch up the facial structure just a little bit. All I did was make him a little less lopsided and change the shape of his nose to be a smidge more long and flat. It was make him a little but I'll touch up the facial structure just a little bit. All I did was make him a little less lopsided and change the shape of his nose to be a smidge more long and flat.
I can barely see any difference, like, at all. Can I get a side-by-side comparison here?
And there, done. Easy.
Okay, so yeah, it seems to be literally just all in the nose there. Okay.
See. Golden Freddy is essentially the same deal, but okay, I don't know what I was thinking with these eye shine things. What are his eyes, like window panes or something? Like what? What?
I mean, they do say eyes are the windows to the soul. And, knowing Golden Freddy, there's actually a couple of souls in there.
What were they thinking? This design is shit.
And as is the trend with Bizabizow, there's a design detail I somehow never noticed and didn't include anyway. Golden Freddy actually has small little white dot eyes in game. They're super tiny, but I think taking that and giving him some big white pupils would make him a little cuter. Well, at least more silly, the next best thing.
Yeah.
And done. And here are those changes applied to Fredbear. My original plush had white pupils anyway, but I made them the same as regular Golden Freddy's. Again, the bigger ones are cuter.
Okay, yeah.
This is the one that I have the most issues with looking back. I set out to
really?
make his face and head shape noticeably different than Freddy's, which I definitely succeeded at, but I kind of failed in making it actually resemble Bonnie's as much as it could, at least.
I mean, again, you're working with, a plush, stuffy toy. You're, of course, going to have some limitations of shape when, the only things giving your toy actual, physical shape are how the fabric is cut and whatever's stuffed inside of it to actually give it volume.
And the color. I tend to be more of a Bonnie color centrist. Many people swear up and down that he's blue in the original FNAF and the lighting is what gives him the purplish hue, but no, it's actually the other way around. Here's a tweet I found of someone showing this a little more clearly. He's purple with bluish lighting in many of his renders, making him appear purple in some and blue in others. So I'd say his color is, at least for the sake of this plushie, in between blue and purple, favoring that purple side a little.
It's like a very like purpley violet almost or something. I don't know.
More.
I don't know
All that being
colors.
said, this old design was too purple, I think, so I figured I could add a bit of a bluer tint to it to make him look closer to the game. Along with this, I fixed the face up as well, and I think he resembles Bonnie a lot more now, making the cheeks more upturned, making his snout smaller, and giving him the little cleft chin helped a lot here. Alright, next.
Okay, that's at least a bigger change. I can actually see some of the changes going on here, unlike with Freddy.
One. This was one where I was huffing that Sanchi gas a little too hard. The beak is probably the one thing on theirs that, although very cute, doesn't look like Chica's as much as it could. It's just kind of a generic duck beak, which ended up on my plush in that first episode, so I decided to change that. Now here's a beak that's shaped to look more like her actual model, with a larger lower jaw that extends to the bottom of her head now. The nostrils have been reoriented as well, on top of some other subtle tweaks to her face and head, which I think serves her nicely. Oh, and I decided to just stick with the orange feet. The game plush accurate fully yellow body doesn't make any sense. So there,
Again, I think if I remember correctly from what I said in the original reaction to that, I very much suspect that Scott literally just took the same model, the same model, and just changed the heads around, and that's the only thing he actually changed besides changing the texture that was actually on the body itself.
Chica. My Foxy wasn't bad, but this is another one that could use some facial tweaking just to capture the game's model a little more. So I did that. Oh look, a hook. Yeah, I ultimately decided to just give him one. That's another thing I'm not sure why I was so against including originally. It's small enough to not be distracting, and it's cute. It's a great addition to the plush.
Just have the end of the. You don't even have to have it fabric. Just have it be like a little shallow gray plastic cup with a hook on it. Have it be one of those things that's easily breakable, so you have to buy a new plush to replace it.
That hook was a great idea. I just couldn't see it.
Like I said, I made his face look more like Foxy's actual model as well. This is the most drastic change so far, I'd say. I shifted a lot around on his face, but he looks way better for it. Oh yeah, while we're talking Foxy, something worth bringing up is we actually got to see something kind of special in the FNAF movie that we've never seen canonically before, and that's the original unwithered form of Foxy. You know, what he was meant to look like before all this happened. And since our plushie is technically meant to represent that form of him, did we do it correctly? Yeah, pretty much exactly.
Yeah, basically.
He just got clean khaki shorts instead of the torn ones, so hey, nothing to change there.
Wait, does that mean you're also going to update Foxy to have a withered, in-game version as well? Are you actually going to do that?
This one's fine. There's nothing I want to change in this guy. Get the fuck out of here.
Into 01?
Okay, here's a little game for y'all. There's a fairly obvious mistake somewhere on this design. I'll give you a few seconds to see if you can spot it.
I mean, so, granted, I haven't looked at an actual picture of Endo 01 in a very long time. Is it not having enough teeth? Do you not give him enough teeth?
Did you find it?
No.
Well, if your answer was this little wire thing here, then you were correct. It should be flipped to the other side of his head on the back view. I hope someone got fired for that.
Okay. I didn't think the mistake was literally just improper mirroring. Okay.
While I was here, I also made some small adjustments to his eyeballs. I had them a bit too small and further down than they should have been. There he is. And there's all the FNAF 1
Okay.
ghoulies remade, then remade again. Ship of Theseus. Never heard of him. Or his FNAF ships. I do think I'd like to eventually get to all the other plushies I've done to give them that
And Glamrock Chica and Roxanne, I mean, granted, like, yeah, that's a ship I can get behind. That's adorable.
same subtle update treatment. But we'll see. Maybe when the second FNAF movie comes out or something, I don't know. You know,
I mean-
if it doesn't take another decade to release. But for
Man, when did this movie come out? It came out a year ago? Yeah, man, that part has aged very poorly, hasn't it?
now, we have the first movie to tackle. Hut Hut. As I said before, all the designs for the main four in the film are pretty much one-to-one with their in-game versions, but Bonnie is the notable exception in that they done changed his color, because I guess they, retconned him to be just pure blue now, back in Help Wanted. So here's a movie version of my Bonnie. He is blue as hell now. Poor guy. Hope his mood improves.
You know, I would put in a bit here about the actual song "I'm Blue," but I don't want to get it copyright claimed. So, God, that sucks.
I said, hope his mood improves. And here he is with the rest of the gang. Look, it's like the movie. But you may be asking, what about Golden Greg? Yeah, that's his name in the movie, actually. They never refer to him as Golden Freddy anywhere, so you can't prove that's not his name.
What? Golden Grey? Wait, seriously? How am I only now just finding out about that? You said we could have anything we wanted. We want Abby. Wait, was that just a joke that Biz made? Did I fall for an obvious joke there?
Where to, little lady? What the? Oh my goodness!
What's the child version of white woman jump scare?
This guy had an actually somewhat significant design change in the film. They seem to have brought in design conventions from FNAF 2's Golden Freddy with the overall more broken down look, even as a similar missing ear, look at that. The most interesting change, though, to me at least, is that
the
this dude
glowing
can
eye.
stand upright now and walk. He doesn't seem to be an empty suit this time around. So instead of the cocked head and mouth agape Golden Freddy base we'll just use our regular Freddy as a starting point. Here's what I
Okay.
landed on. We have the missing ear here, which was copied over from our Withered Freddy design, and he's got the bright blue right eye with a lighter pupil in the center. Just
Oh god, I just made a horrible realization.
like the film. You may also notice he has a droopy little eyelid on his left eye. If you look closely on the movie costume, you can see a broken silver eyelid covering some of his hollow eye hole. Well, hollow aside from some stray wires, which I decided not to include. It would
Yeah,
just look weird and gross in a plushy eye socket, methinks. That's pretty much it, though. The changes aren't huge, but he's definitely got his own vibe going on here. I hope I was able to capture it well.
Yeah, it works.
Next is an animatronic that plays an incredibly small role in the film, so much so I didn't even notice him in my first viewing.
Wait,
We
Shadow
have a
Freddy?
Shadow
What?
Freddy plush design already, yes, but that one is based on Withered Golden Freddy from FNAF 2. The movies is a variant we surprisingly have never gotten in any FNAF media before, a shadow version of FNAF 1 Freddy. So let's give that sucker a plush.
Wait, when did that? Was that what? Is that just one of those things I missed? Like, when did that appear?
Here's what I got. I used our Golden Freddy base this time because in the movie he is just kind of slumped and broken down there.
Oh god, that is so sad. Wow. Oh god, that's so sad.
Might even be an empty suit. It kind of looks like it. Well, I mean, it's not empty anymore because, he does have the same missing ear that the new Golden Freddy has, though, so I gave that to him, as well as his pure white eyes, no pupils needed. There, movie Shadow Freddy. Real simple.
Yeah, it works, yeah.
Now we get to take care of the fun ones. No, not Torture Freddy, though. Sorry, not touching that one.
Oh, come on, you literally made plushes of the nightmare animatronics. Animatronics that are like walking piles of junk with razor sharp like claws and teeth. You couldn't make a plush out of the literal torture machine? I know you could. Maybe have the cool detail where like you can see like the inside of his head on the back or something like that. I mean, like it's possible.
Though, can we talk about how insanely funny that name is, by the way?
Torture
Fucking Torture Freddy? Are you serious?
Hey, welcome to Sparky's. Could I set you folks up with some...
Oh my god, wait. Oh, Sparky, never mind. For a second there, I thought she was actually going to do the whole thing where I talked about before about making like human plushies, and I thought she was going to make a Matt Pat plushie. Oh, that would have been perfect.
I'm still absolutely floored by Sparky's inclusion in this movie. It's honestly the best surprise this franchise has ever pulled on us. This is like our version of Luigi's Mario 64 model being discovered back in 2020. It's insane.
Yeah.
This isn't the original hoax design though. This is in fact a completely original one made for the movie. And by that I mean it's like Bonnie, but edited to be a dog.
I mean, granted, like, again, it's that whole thing where, like, the fact that they included this, like, as an Easter egg, the very first, like, hoax of the FNAF fandom. Like, that is honestly, like, insane. And the fact they actually made, like, a full suit for it, too. It's not just, like, a head on a shelf. They went, like, the extra mile with it. That's honestly insane. And honestly, I do like this design for Sparky because it does fit more in, like, it fits the style of the other FNAF 1 animatronics a lot better.
Still cool though. I like the way he looks a lot. He feels like he could fit right in with the OGs. So what if there is a plush for him? Wouldn't that be insane? Like a plush of an iconic old FNAF hoax character. That would be so cool. So let's make one. Oh, U2's announced one while I was working on this video, so not as novel an idea anymore, but whatever. As I said,
I mean, give me a second. I mean, I will give the U2's credit. They are a lot better than the Funko Pops and stuff like that. Just in, like, the character and like, the design of them. But these are not, you know, they're not huggable. If I went to bed with my little Matt Pat, I'm fairly certain I'd wake up in the morning with him in multiple pieces and I'm hole punched on my mattress. You do not have that danger with a plushie. I just need to get him back in this box. Don't you dare go Prospector Pete on me.
he's pretty much built off of Bonnie's framework, so we can use our Bonnie as a starting point. And here's what I got.
Aww.
Everything's pretty much what you'd expect. He's got the eyebrows, the freckles, the nose we used for Foxy and the Nightmares.
Which is ironic, because actual Bonnie doesn't have any eyebrows, like, at all.
And his orange eyes, which I purposely made more unevenly placed than usual to give him that silly jumbled sort of eye that he has in the movie. He's got his floppy dog ears as well, which aren't stuck to the side of the head, but actually come from the top of the head and bend downward on the sides. You can see that on the movie prop from some angles.
It looks like Snoopy!
And the cutest part of him, in my opinion, his bone collar. This is a ribbon sewn onto the neck fabric all the way around to look like a collar with a thick felt bone stuck on top of it.
That's
Pretty
adorable.
simple. So hey, there's our Sparky. Maybe when the FNAF 2 movie comes out, we'll have an official purple guy suit plush to make. Speaking of...
Oh god, another hoax that I hope that we don't see.
Purple guy, we have someone else to make a plushie for, and that's the movie version of Springtrap. Oh wait, that's not his name. He's called the Yellow Rabbit in this film. Oh sweet, I can actually talk about this one myself.
Okay, I've gone like silent on this whole bit. But honestly, anybody in the comments of this video, can you honestly tell me why Biz has such a problem with Springtrap? Like in the first, honestly, I am well aware there's some form of context here I'm just not getting. Can one of my gracious viewers in the comments please fill in the clueless reactor in the comment section below this video, please?
All right, and blocked.
Look at the small things that you have become. Look how small you are. How small you are. You are wretched, small little beast.
I remember the one version where it goes like all big chungus and stuff like that. God, I still cringe looking about that one.
Sheesh.
So, as you all know, we got a new Springtrap design in this film. Well, kind of a step in between Spring Bonnie and Springtrap, but functionally Springtrap. This one is quite a bit different than FNAF 3's version, so
it's yellow.
actually a good amount to change here. The most noticeable thing is that he's not nearly as fucked up and withered, nay, an exposed nerve ending or intestine. He isn't that dirty green color either, at least
He's
not
still
yet.
yellow, yeah.
Give it another decade in the back room, I
Honestly, I'm looking at like the hands and like I just love like the differences that you have, because like, well, all the other ones, all the animatronics, their hands are almost more like mitts or like gloves over, you know, the endoskeleton hands. No, these are like weird metal gloves that you slip your hand into. It's like really weird. I love it.
suppose. He does have some withering, but most of it is allotted to the right side of his body, oddly with a black burned appearance. What happened to this suit, man?
Actually, yeah, I never noticed that before. I remember that, you know, the one side is more damaged, but I've never, like, noticed that, like, it's black and burnt or something like that. Like, what happened there?
How did you manage to do this? There's some structural differences as well, mostly in the face with the more defined snout, the rounder plastic nose instead of the weird wavy felt looking one, a thicker bottom jaw, etc. Oh yeah, he also kept his bow around this time, and 2 whole buttons instead of just 1. Although I'm surprised they weren't fucking burnt off. Like, dude, what is your deal? So let's apply all those details to a plush, why don't we? Don't need to point out too many of the specifics, but putting this one and our Springtrap side by side makes the differences in the face more apparent. I tried my best to match the general shape of the movie version more. We still do have some shared landmarks though, like the pupils, his missing right ear, and his rows of square teeth.
But yeah, there's like, while there is some damage, of course, again, those beloved extra thick stitches, I just love the concept of those on a withered character. But yeah, the snout is definitely, you know, a lot more, you know, is a lot narrower and stuff like that. Again, it's noticeable, but you can still tell it is the same character, thankfully.
Our yellow rabbit, though, has different withering, with some black and darker yellow stitches evenly dispersed on his right side, and even a couple of silver stitches on the left side of his stomach, meant to represent the hole the cupcake tore into the suit in the film.
Oh,
which
right!
then caused his big belly cramp.
Right. Okay, again, like, that is a beautiful little touch. I love that.
Oh, and he's got a bow. It's just the same one we used for Freddy and Bonnie, but purple. So, there he is. I like this one a ton, honestly more than our old Springtrap, which in and of itself I think could use some tweaking to resemble its Springtrap more.
I mean, again, you'll have to wait until the FNAF 3 movie, which at this point I'm fairly certain is going to be at some point. Who knows?
Like I said, that'll come another time though. But this ain't the last character, cause this movie also gave us, for the very first official time ever, a look at what an original, unwithered Spring Bonnie suit would look like. Yeah, I know, there's an unused model from Help Wanted, but this was the first legitimate one, like finished and shown in a released product, kinda legitimate. So hey, let's make this one too.
Again, look, it would be very similar.
Is William Afton. He's my father.
My sister!
No, he's my father.
No, William Afton is Michael's sister. There's some, like, you have to look at the Schmidt family tree. It's not so much a family tree as it is a family wreath.
My sister!
My father.
My sister! My sister! My sister! My sister! My sister! My sister!
This is, of course, just the Yellow Rabbit film suit, but before it got dirtied up and worn during the 4th of July or something. So all we have to do is de-ageify this guy. And there. Aside from the brighter color and lack of destruction, there's really only a couple of differences.
Yeah,
The
green
first
eyes.
are obviously the eyes, which have the dark circles
undamaged
removed
ears.
and have our usual pupil look this time. Well, aside from the fact that they're actually bigger than they usually are to reflect the way the eyes look in the photo. The other thing is the teeth, which have a buck tooth sort of thing going on. If you look closely, you can see that these two front teeth are indeed more pronounced than the withered suit, so I decided to exaggerate this detail a little more in this way.
Of course, yeah, because, you know, rabbit, buck teeth, yeah, okay.
I think this is the first bunny plush we've made that actually has proper bunny teeth. Would you look at that?
Yeah, it's kind of
That's
weird.
pretty much it, though. There's our final plush for the day. So, there you
Nice.
go, the FNAF
Wait a
movie.
minute.
This was a fun little side adventure here.
You didn't make, what was the Springlock suit they were going to put Abby in? It was like Annabelle or something? You didn't make an Annabelle plush, come on!
I had a lot of fun. It was a good change of pace before we move on to the next big girl batch. I do like this movie too, so making a video on it in some form was a treat. Let me know what you thought though. If you guys like this bonus type of episode, I may consider doing more like it in the future. There's a lot of little bonus sets of plushies outside of the main games that I could do, so let me know if you'd want to see that. Just don't make me do the twisteds, man.
Do the twisteds, do the twisteds. You know for a fact that people want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see you, you know, actually make good versions of these things.
And I'm begging you. The next time we do plushies will be sister location though. For real this time. Although, there is that Roblox game. Might need to make some plushies of all of these. And as always, I'd like to thank...
God, what even happened to that? I remember, like, people talked about it because it had been, released early, and, like, in the open beta, and then just, it's never been talked about again. Like, I have no idea what's going on with that one. Honestly, with all the stuff going on with Roblox right now, I don't want to even open up Roblox to find out.
Thank my Scrunklies over on Patreon. Thank you for supporting me. Prism, April B, Creative JK, Adelaide Parade, Tuoji, Soy Sauce Flavored Tide Pod.
Yeah, so again, I've said it basically every single one of these videos, but again, like, another slam dunk from Biz, just like, with just the designs, honestly. Like, she honestly does such a good job at these, and I've said it before, they need to be actually made and sold. Like, if she can, like, figure out some deal, again, like, Dawko has, you know, the Hex plushes. Like, I'd imagine, like, you know, with how popular some of these videos are, you know, getting in contact with, you know, Scott and getting some sort of deal worked out to actually make, like, these types of plushies, like, even if you made them like collector's items where they were only made in like limited runs, so, like, oh, this is the FNAF 1 set, and then the FNAF 2 set, and the FNAF 3 set, etc. Like, that would still work. That would honestly still work, and, like, again, with all the hard work that Biz has put into these designs, like, I'd honestly love to see them more tangible. Like, again, I know there are people out there that are actually, like, making, like, physical versions of these plushies, and when I'm done with this, I may go out of my way and look for these actual videos of people doing them, you know, and actually watch them and see the process. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm loving the series, and I'm kind of upset that, you know, it's two things I'm kind of upset about. One, that I'm almost near the end of the videos that have been published out at this time. And two, that I decided that, get videos that were, if there were multiple videos about the same game, I was going to watch them together, which just, like, it limits the amount of videos I can actually make on these because, you know, it's me being a little greedy there. But yeah, again, like, Biz has made, you know, again, like, another wonderful video from Biz. And I very much hope that, like, with all the others, everybody enjoys my reaction to these videos as well. But yeah, that's definitely going to be it for now. So yeah, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.